What's up, everybody? It is your sis and your friend, Crystal Cross, right here on the Morning Jam podcast, where we talk about any and everything. Personal, old snaps and claps. It's a dang good day to talk about a few things. So let's get into it. What's up, everybody? It is your sis and your friend, Crystal Cross, right here on the Morning Jam podcast with Grace Melton. What's up, Grace?
What's up? Happy Saturday, guys.
It's the weekend.
It's the weekend. Have a party.
It's the weekend. What's up, you guys? We're just here gonna have a great time, just to let y'all in on a few things. So we got some aha moments that we want to know, just share with you guys. But right now, we're gonna talk about my brother from another mother, Kirk Franklin. You guys, the one and only, the true legend that know how to bring a house down from the stage and bring it all into your heart. So, Grace, what do you think about this? I know that Kirk Franklin has, he said a few cuss words, to his sons. To his son, I would say son.
He better be glad that's all he got.
You're talking about all he got about his son, right?
No, I'm talking about Kirk should have drove to that young man's house.
You said you would be glad that's all he got. That means to the son, right?
To the son.
Oh,
that child, honey, child. See, I got my mama look now. That's my mama look.
Okay, tell us about it.
You have as a child, you have no right to speak to your parents or even push them to a point. But children can take you there quicker than anybody else. You see this look right there? That's that crazy mama look. The children can push you to a point to where you black out. You just in a straight, and then you're like, oh.
Like that really just happened.
Like,
seriously.
And any parent that is out there that has not lost your mind one time on your child.
One time.
I'm not talking about Tommy's mama now. They'd be like, okay, Timmy. I'm talking about Soul. Wakanda.
I'm talking about Loretta. That's black.
Yes.
Loretta.
A lot of people say, well, he didn't have to say all that. He could have. Yeah. I'm talking abortion. Mercedes now. And even booping them daddy now. But, a lot of people say, oh, he's Christian. He shouldn't have went there. Do you know how many in how many Christian households it goes down? And it goes down hard. Just because you're Christian, baby, that does not mean that life is not real. Life is very real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And my heart goes out to Kirk because that child intentionally recorded his dad and to set him up and then to post it when you know that your dad is very well looked up to.
I really don't think that even in that, because he was out for something, letting people know, like, I'm going to let the gospel industry know who they're listening to every time. This is the real, that's his way, I believe, of saying,
but he didn't know
Kirk Franklin that y'all don't know.
Honey, baby, he didn't know that every parent knows that person.
Mm-hmm.
Every parent has went there. You know what I mean? Whether it be Tommy's mama, she just went there. No, Tommy, not doing it this time. Go on, get
in the corner,
or
time out. Or
whether it's
Portia's daughter.
Portia's mama now.
Yeah, Portia's mama.
Wookie mama now.
Little Wookie down the street.
It does not take away that we are human and that we care. He didn't went in circles. 20 years of therapy with his kid.
So for a fact that they've been in 20 years of therapy. That's a long
time. That's a long time.
Yeah. And okay, so you're speaking from Kirk's side of this, saying, okay, now I've dealt with this young man. We've been my son for 20 years of doing therapy. I'm speaking from this young man may have been hurt, may have had something over, that's done something to him. It may be coming, this pain may be coming from somewhere.
A place.
Yeah, a place of where he's been held back.
That's
still, you're saying still should be some type of level of respect.
There, not some type of level, all the respect should go to your dad, regardless of who he is and what goes on behind closed doors, at the end of the day, guess who's gonna have his back? And I believe that young man called Kirk Franklin today and said, "Dad, look, this is what's going down."
Yeah.
Kirk is gonna run
Yeah.
because that's your child, that's your flesh and blood.
Mm-hmm.
But on the other hand, he need a whooping. Whoop that boy. Whoop him.
He's a man. He's what, 33 years old. He's a man, and like,
He
hey,
need a whoop.
I'm 30. Like I said, I told y'all before, I'm 39 years old. My parents, and listen, I'm number 11, and she's number 12. There's 12 children, siblings. There's 12 of me and this young lady here.
12 children.
12 children. And I know at some point of time that we have stepped on my mom or my dad's nerve. I remember us, my dad leaving, and he was like, "I want y'all to clean this house up. I don't want you playing." But you know what? My dad should have never he should have never bought us some skates. He knows that we had a circle that went around our house. So we were like, okay, this is our skating rink.
Straight skate.
So, and he left, and we just saw an opportunity that, hey, we're fixing to do the thing. We're going to have a good time. And we got on them skates, with the skates on, and we were having a good time. And you know what? My dad tricked us. He did not leave the premises. He stepped out the door.
All place he went to was to the bushes to get a switch, because he knew we wasn't gonna do what he told us to do.
Like, seriously. And then he was like peeking in behind the curtain, through the curtains, and caught us that. Do you remember that great?
Girl, I don't think I saw was the switch come through the door. I was like,
no, Dale wasn't the one to bring
God.
the switch through the door to at us. He was one that had it in his hand. And then he said, "Line up. There's no playing no games. You're going to respect me, and you're going to do like I tell you to do, or there's going to be consequences and repercussions of our actions."
Well, Crystal, we've both had experiences where one of our siblings have talked to our parents in a way that was totally disrespectful.
Absolutely,
and I almost got in the car.
You go
to look again, girl. I almost got in the car. And
went to the other
drove
sibling,
7 hours. And then spent the night over somebody's house. Pray they let me in. Because all the gas money, that's all the money I had was the gas money, and I'm getting that.
Yeah.
But even at that made me feel some type of way toward my sibling. It made me feel angry, and I had to work myself to a place to where I could forgive her, then learn to love her at a distance. I ain't got to be all up in your mix. I ain't got to, because you a ticking time bomb anyhow, and I just felt like I felt, and I still struggle with that. So if any out there, Holy Ghost filled, fire baptized, y'all pray for you, sister, because it brings a bitterness into your heart, because you should never talk to someone that raised you and that gave you life. Well, God gave you life, I understand that, but carried you and brought you into this world. Then you turn around and just blatantly cuss them out and not have any type of feelings or emotion toward that, or push them to a point to where they have to react out of themselves.
And then record one for all. Okay, I can understand, like, okay, I'm about to bust you out. And, because yesterday I took my parents, and I was their chauffeur, y'all. And it took me every bit to be like, okay, I'm gonna pull over one of y'all for the drive. I ain't got time. Because I'm like, what is really going on? I ain't got to deal with this. Y'all go, you can drive. Because my mom was sitting in the back trying to tell me how to drive. I didn't want to be disrespectful, but I was like, Mama, please. I'm 39 years old. I know how to drive. I've been driving for a long time. But like, seriously, it was that I'm like, come on.
It was a trick.
But I didn't want to disrespect her, because it was kind of like a thing that the next time, you know how mom is. She like, if she sees something on your face, she want to pick at it. So she snuck up with me like a ninja real quick, y'all. And like picked some nail. Hurt so bad. I was like,
she got a way of putting that nail. Like,
she did.
Girl.
She did. And and out of reaction, not even knowing that I did it, I went real quick.
Like, Mom was like,
no, what she did was she laughed because she knew it hurt me. So I was like, Mama, was that a snort?
It was intentional.
So what I did was I just walked away. I said, one thing I'm not going to do is disrespect you, because right now, right here in the streets of Burlington, Jonesboro, Arkansas, we ain't nobody going to be recording us out here when we fight in Burlington parking lot. And they're going to ask you what's going on. I'm saying, She picked my bump. It wasn't ready.
It wasn't right.
But again, y'all, on a serious note, with the Kirk Franklin thing,
I don't feel like he needs to get on TV and apologize.
really, like,
honey, that baby got what he.
but I feel like he was at a point to like, okay, I need to address my fans.
Yeah.
You know,
but we already know we as parents and already been probably went through down the same road, Kirk. We already understood, bro. This brother pushed you to a point where
it was on the nerve. It was on that last nerve when he stepped.
Your Mike Tyson was in there, man. And one thing, Kirk, if you ever hear this, how you gonna cut somebody out in the same voice that you did God property in? I mean, the tone didn't change. It stayed the same. I'm just like, this is a bad brother, man. When you can use I'm clapping. When you can use the same voice, you know, and the tone don't even change. You was even on key, brother. It was on the same key as you did God property.
I'm gonna cut you out again. Here we go. That's how it was. Like, open up his tail, boy. Because, you know, at one point in time, because I definitely have shaken, and Grace is with me. We have, my son is 18 years old, but he has been in his teens, and I shook the crap out of him like, you better get it together right now, because I'm not playing with you.
Just make y'all.
But I'm going to be real. I was like, well, what the hell's wrong with you? What is the hell wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Have you lost your freaking mind? Now, listen, when I get to that tone and I'm trying to go, then he draws and be like,
trying to push mama to this point.
I know.
It's either live or die. You got two choices. Yeah. And I believe if Kirk Franklin's son was in his presence, it probably would have went down. It would have went down.
But another story that he couldn't have recorded because you wouldn't have been able to see anything because the phone would have been
like on a scary movie. Going everywhere. Yeah.
But you know what, Kirk? I love you, man.
I know, right?
Even to the son, I love you too. You know, parents get on, they get on our nerves too, because I'm a child. I'm one,
like I said, son
of 12. Yes, because
look, young man, come on in this presence. Because I'm gonna give you some consequences.
Grace.
There's some serious consequences to your actions. I'm telling you something, when you have a spiritual parent.
But you definitely have to listen.
I'm like, down.
Go ahead.
Let me say, you got me clap. Give me just a few seconds, okay, y'all. Ephesians chapter 6:1 says, what? Children, obey your parents in the Lord. That's right. Honor. Honor means come in. He took it from children to adulthood. Because when you become an adult, you don't have to really do what your parents say, but you better honor your parents. You understand what I'm saying? When it says honor your mother and father, which is a thing of promise, and you'll have long life, right? So therefore, as a young adult, that was not honoring your father. And now that you have a father, that your dad, the Lord didn't forget your dad for all them words, because the Kirk Franklin I know that came to Batesville, Arkansas, believing in the Lord Jesus Christ, he's probably already confessed his sins. Now, guess what? There's going to be some repercussions on your end, young man. You can ask me, you can ask Crystal. If you, as a young adult, do not honor your parents, there's going to be consequences. And you might not see them today, but there's going to be some consequences later on down the road. Now, this is the serious Grace coming out, because you will pay for everything that you do towards your parents. That's why when I'm not in the mood, I don't go around my parents. I stay at the house. When I feel like I'm at a point to where I need them to listen to me, but they're not listening to me, and I'm feeling some type of way, it's best for me to stay at the house, because it ain't got nothing to do with them. It got everything to do with God.
If you don't have anything good to say, then don't say it all. Anything at all. Just sit there and just meditate on what's going on, process it, and
keep your mouth,
let it go.
Shut. Honor them, because that's the first commandment with promise, and that it will be well with you, and you have what? Longevity, long life. So if you are practicing, any young adult that watches this podcast, now this is on the real tip, any young adult that is watching this podcast and you are not honoring your parents,
Yeah.
honey, you bet something is coming your way and you're not going to like it. Thus said.
Comes down really to forgiveness and that true agape love, that love that overshines over, you know, covers all. So it's true. Just forgive and move on. I have truly forgiven the ones that have really hurt me in my life. And look at for me, I don't care what you say, but for me, I am a better person. I can move on and grow from where I come from. So,
but do you think that there's trust damage there?
Yes.
Between father and son?
Yes, there is.
Most definitely. Because when trust is damaged
Yeah.
between a child and a parent, and let me tell you something, I'm gonna bring my own child into this because I don't mind. Because honey, we done been through it, hell and high water with them. So when you lie to your parents,
right,
and then the next time you expect them to believe every word that you say, it's not gonna happen. That's just not going to happen. I mean, I'd give my son the benefit of that, and I give my son more freedom than Crystal gives her son. I really do.
I got a hope for mine.
Crystal got a chokehold, like, I mean, go to sleep.
Listen, but
No, she be like,
really
KJ, go to sleep.
No,
Go to sleep, KJ.
not now because I'm really really let the cord.
But I don't let it go all the way.
True.
Because you're gonna respect me. This morning, girl, I had an episode this morning with my 18-year-old. Listen, he came in the house. Okay, so I told him, because the weather is changing, so your yard is growing up. I like my yard. You can ask Crystal. I stay out there in my yard. I'm picking up sticks, doing stuff, buying different stuff. I like my stuff to look nice. So this young man come in the house like he's 37 and paying my bills. You ain't paid jack. You work 3 days a week. And
I'm 38. Trying to be 1 year younger. Go ahead.
What did I say? He's 37 and paying my bills. So he comes in and he says, I mowed the backyard last week. I'm not doing the front yard. I done picked up the sticks. He said, get Grayson to do it, which Grayson is my 14-year-old. See, I already shook him real good. He knows not to go there with me. I shook him like real good.
So funny.
And so he says, you're not going to tell me, So at this point, Kirk Franklin almost rose up. I was going to do it in the same tone.
Grace almost, she's got another little mini Grace that's in her.
I will.
Tripping all the time.
I will. I almost pulled a Kirk Franklin on. I almost said some things to you in my preacher voice and preached it to you. So at that time, I came out there because I was trying to do my makeup for the podcast, right? So, Crystal, I walked out and I had this look like this. I said, you're not fixing to tell me. Because I had to hold crazy down because the makeup was going to get messed up and everything. I was like, you for number one. And then at that time, his face went like this because he knew I came out like this. When I come out like this, you better know something happened. Tevin, number one, you're not going to tell me what you are going to do and what you're not going to do. You might be 18, but you don't pay nothing.
Don't pay no bills.
You eat my food. You use my gas. Yes.
Run around town.
You ain't gonna tell me what you're gonna do and what you're not gonna do. Now, and then number two, you're not Grayson's father. You're not gonna tell him to mow the yard. You're gonna get your butt out there and you're gonna mow the yard. Yes. Get out there right now before I body slam you. And he's just like, okay.
One little okay, just did trick. And they really listen. If you really think about it, like they would not have survived growing up in the household that me and Grace did. My parents didn't play. If you went a or a no, you can pop in the mouth. They couldn't handle it. They would have been dead already.
You know what? He even went to the point and he was like, I think you're being too hard on me. And at that point, I was like,
oh, wait a minute. But my mom, I'm just going back to my parents, because that's why I can really go back to, because mom had us clean the inside of our house, clean their bedroom that they'd messed up, you know what I'm saying? Not trying to put my mom's face out, but they look messed.
You just clean the whole house.
Yeah, clean the whole house, then go outside and clean the yard, then go up the hill where all the other kids messed up, threw up trash. Like, seriously, I gotta clean up behind them too. But it taught us something. What did it teach you, Grace?
It taught me how to be a servant. and a lot of people don't know how to be a
A
servant.
servant. They don't
They
understand.
always want people to serve them, but don't want nobody. I mean, don't nobody want to be a servant. And that's what Christ, see, you bringing up that preacher in me again. God said you have to be the least of them. You know what I mean? You
Are
have
you
to come
willing to go and
love.
let somebody's feet
love.
and make sure that they're taken care of before you watch your own and take care of your own self? Are you willing to take your hat off for somebody else?
Are you willing to give people your last?
That's right.
Can you give someone your last? Can you do for someone that they wouldn't do for you? And I always tell people, don't expect people to do for you as what you do for them, because it's never going to work. That is not how that's not how it plays out. You do for people because you want to do for people. And guess what? They're not going to bless you. God's going to bless you. That's where everything comes from in my life. I don't worry about you giving me nothing back. If you give it back, fine. If not, the sun's still going to come up tomorrow. But on the other hand, now if you give somebody your word, keep your word. Don't. Your word is your bond, man. If I give Crystal my word, come on, just do it. Just do it, okay?
But I would just definitely want to encourage the youth, the young people, even the middle age, all the way up to, respect one another, have that respect, that love for one another. That's all what it's about, respecting. But, for me, as a 39-year-old, I respect my parents. I'm not going to disrespect them in any type of way. Don't disrespect your parents. Come on. They're going to step on your nerves too. They're going to get on your nerves. They're going to listen. They're going to make you mad. They're going to get you upset. They're going to pick with you.
There's ways of saying things without being disrespectful.
Absolutely.
Yes, I give my children space to express. You can express without being disrespectful. I mean, like this is your house. It's not your house. So parents, give your children, make a space, a safe space for them to just express how they're feeling. But you don't have to be disrespectful. There's a way of expressing how you feel without being disrespectful. And I struggled with that for years because I always felt like I had to come out, harsh and like just to get my point across. But that's not the case. And sometimes you don't even have to explain yourself as a young adult.
I was more of a I'm hyping from 1 to 100 really quick. I'm like, no,
yeah. But me, I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna walk off. I'm gonna be like,
I learned.
My mama, nor my dad. You're not my pastor either.
Okay,
and you're not the Lord. So I've learned you have to. And then another thing, with our parents, and I'll drop it, we can move on, whatever we want to do is your show. With your parents, yes, they grow older. And at that time, their patience is not as long as it used to be. It's probably about right size about right now. It started off as a grain, a wheat, about a wheat of, what wheat looked like, a long stalk of wheat. But now it's probably about right size. So understand that when those blow-ups happen, you really did caused it, and Kirk, you don't have to apologize.
Yeah, apologize to me.
Because you know what, man, we've all been there. It's just yours was made public. That's the difference.
Yeah, ours is still hid, but you just heard what I said.
Yeah, you don't have to apologize. Yeah. It's just that, man, he put you on blast, and that's a no-no between children and
well, at this point, Kirk can already apologize. But for me, it's just Kirk, just move on. You know who you are as a person.
You're still buying your CD, man.
You still even grown, even from this. It's more personable. They understand you're human too. Yeah. Because a lot of people, put you on a pedestal as if you're not human and that you're not going through anything or you're perfect. I never saw you as that. I saw you as human that is capable of, I'll do it. That's a shame. It's just a straight shame. That's what she's talking about, her son, y'all. But for me, Kirk Franklin is so, for me, I love the fella. My love for you, Kirk, has never changed. It won't change. Less than, something else. Kill somebody, Kirk. I'm just kidding. But yes, I just want to definitely like hit the side of the son side. Like seriously, you guys don't know what he has been through. Of course, we can all say that Kirk is this amazing gospel artist. Yes, for me, he is. But we don't know what the son has been through, what he's dealing with as a person, as a young man. So we definitely have to look at his side as well. Not understand that his side, what he done was good. I'm just talking about his life. He may be stressing, he may be in a depressed state. So we definitely have to just not look at him and like what is the word I'm looking for? Like make him small as a person. He's a person. There's still a soul there. So we really have to just really pray for him and just move on. Let's pray for him and LIG. Let it go.
Yeah, nothing's worth holding on to. It's gonna hold you back from your destiny.
There's something that he's been through too as a man. So
yeah,
let's just pray for him and move on.
If you enjoyed this podcast, tune in each week on thinkingoutloudnetwork.com. Be sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and share with your friends and family. Until next time, peace.